Anambra Assembly Speaker Okafor seeks legislation for protection and training of Nigerian children. Anambra State Government will stay reserved to create wealth through agriculture. SANU and NASU extend strike by 1 month. 26 people missing after boat mishap in Indonesia. Before the news and details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News on ABS Television. My name is Priska Wanko. The Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, has called upon the legislature to enact laws that will guarantee adequate protection and training of the Nigerian child. In his goodwill message to mark this year's Children's Day celebration, Right Honorable Okafor enjoined parents to give proper home training and education to their children in order to get the best from them. The Speaker would describe children as a pride of the family, advised parents to show equal love to their children and not to discriminate among them in anything. He charged children to study seriously and abstain from arts capable of marring their future. Right Honorable Okafor, while commending Governor Chukwuma Soludo for the genuine interest he has shown in education in the states, especially the ongoing recruitment of teachers, enjoined affluent citizens to contribute their quota towards securing a better future for the children. Anambra State Government has taken delivery of 20,000 organic coconut seedlings from Malaysia. The 20,000 coconut seedlings arrived at the State Ministry of Agriculture, OCA, through the National Coconut Producers, Processors and Marketers Association of Nigeria, NACOPMAN. Correspondent Valentine Battlehouse reports is taken from here.
The Anambra State Commissioner for Agriculture, Dr. Foster Ihejiofo, took the delivery on behalf of the state government and inspected the seedlings, after which he reassured that the Soludo administration is working hard to ensure food sufficiency in the state as well as surplus for export. He restated the resolve of the state government to improve and stabilize the economy as well as create wealth through agriculture, adding that planting of economic trees such as coconut and palm is the major drive. Dr. Ihejiofo further revealed that most seedlings will arrive soon, adding that massive planting of economic trees in the state are underway. He called on Ndi Anambra to take advantage of the opportunities Soludo administration has created in agricultural sector to improve their living standards and contribute to the growth and development of the state. It could be recalled that Governor Soludo had earlier announced that the state will plant hundreds of thousands of coconuts and palm seedlings this year.
Anambra State Government to prioritize primary health care, especially in the treatment of hypertensive patients at different primary health care centers in the state. The State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Ubidike, stated this after a walk in Oka to mark the 2022 World Hypertension Day. Correspondent David Obukwasili takes the story from here.
World Hypertension Day, celebrated across the world every 17th of May, was initiated by the World Hypertension League (WHL) to increase awareness of hypertension because of lack of adequate knowledge among hypertensive patients. The day, tagged Walk the Talk, Health for All Challenge, lays emphasis on the need to encourage physical exercise among the populace as a way of increasing healthy living. The sensitization, organized by the State Ministry of Health, Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, World Health Organization (WHO) and UNICEF, informed the public against unhealthy food practices that endanger people's lives, such as choosing to fry food instead of boiling, saying that too much frying of food or consumption of oil increases cholesterol intake, which could increase one's risk of being exposed to having high or low blood pressure. Speaking at the event, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Obidike, said the Soludo administration will not relent in their attempt to give Ndi Anambra better access to health care. As such, will support better health service delivery at primary, secondary and tertiary health care centers in the state. The commissioner, who was represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, Mr. Linus Wankwo, expressed worry that people are living more sedentary lifestyles, which increases health risk, and encouraged the citizens to always find time to walk, jog, or engage in other forms of exercise, while also advising people to check their blood pressure level periodically and start treatment early when necessary.
We are here to encourage them, to show them that it's important and it should be done in line with the President Administration's mandate to make every Anambra State person healthy. The governor will have, Governor Soludo, Mr. Governor Soludo, has encouraged or endeared us to make sure that every Anambra person is healthy and fit.
Earlier, the Executive Secretary, Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Chome Zenyimulu, offered advice on healthy food practices that will reduce the risk of becoming hypertensive, such as reduction of high intake of alcohol, dietary salt intake, smoking, and high oil intake.
We want people to form the habit of walking, taking a walk. They don't need to always take a bus, a keke or okada. They can always walk short distances. In fact, they should form a routine of walking as an exercise. They can do this early in the mornings or at weekends. It is very important we imbibe the culture of walking, as well as other lifestyle modification we can do to reduce hypertension.
The walk took the staff of the participating ministry and agencies through the streets and roads in Awka and ended with a free check of people's blood pressure at Aroma Junction, Awka. From Aroma Junction in Awka, I am David Okas reporting for ABS News.
All is now set for the second session of the 5th Synod of the Anglican Diocese of Amici as the headquarters of Amici West Archdeaconry. St. Peter's Anglican Church, Umudim, Amici, is the venue of the Synod and is now wearing a new look. This was observed when the Bishop of the Diocese, Right Reverend Ephraim Ikako, made a final inspection visit to the venue, where he expressed satisfaction with the preparedness of the host church. Staff reporter Njideko Koye was there for the ABS and brought back this report.
I hope we won't have any hitch.
Speaking during a pre-synod press briefing he held after the inspection, Bishop Ikako called for the restoration of consciousness of heaven and the kingdom of God in the life of Christians. The synod is holding on Thursday 2nd to Sunday 5th June 2022 with the theme, Strangers and Pilgrims in the World, Our Christian Status. Bishop Ikako, who stated that the synod is the highest legislative body of any diocese, gave a brief history of the origin of the synod and an overview of the theme of the synod, regretting that many Christians have forgotten that they are strangers on earth, and stressed the need for Christians to live their life carefully, totally different from the standard and behavior of the world, as customs, culture, and traditions of the world are inimical to the standard of heaven.
The synod, as you know, in Anglican Church is the highest legislative body of any diocese. And every synod has to discuss a theme. We have looked at the contemporary 21st century church and Christians and Christianity. We discovered that we must be the light of the world. And once we decide to be the light of the world, Christians should know that it is not going to be very rosy for them.
The bishop outlined numerous achievements of the diocese within 1 year, such as the building of multi-million naira projects, including an ultra-modern and standard state-of-the-art chapel at Master's Vessel Seminary of Sumenyi, School of Nursing Sciences of the diocese fully equipped and accredited, and the installation of an education website and e-library, completion of School of Midwifery block fully equipped and dedicated, accreditation ongoing, the establishment of Esaka Communication Academy fully registered for students of their two schools, Holy Child Convent Amici and Master's Vessel Seminary or Sumenyi, to equip the students on information communication technology. The bishop also stated that the Diocesan Integrated Farm and the water factory at Unubi have received a boost, while the Diocesan Hospital, with assistance from a foundation, held a mega medical mission where 1,916 patients were attended to, and 975 eye-related problems, which took them to another level of providing the most modular eye theater equipment worth 36 million naira for all eye surgery.
We have succeeded in building a standard state-of-the-art chapel for that seminary, which we dedicated on the 21st of November 2021. Within this synod year under review, we have completed and dedicated and fully equipped our School of Midwifery in our College of Nursing Sciences.
From Amici, Njideka Okoye, ABS News.
Mixed reactions trailed the APCA National Assembly primary elections conducted yesterday, with some aspirants commending the transparency while others pulled out from the race due to alleged irregularities reported in some areas. One of the APGA aspirants for Urumba North and South Federal Constituency, Mrs. Costas Ilo, announced her withdrawal a few minutes before the commencement of the primary at the Women Development Center in Oka, the venue designated for the election. Details of this report from her.
The race.
Mrs. Ilo, while describing the APGA electoral process as rough, protested that the list displayed was doctored, while strange faces and non-APGA members were accredited for the election. The aspirant, while lamenting on her loss, said that her predicament has not only made her lose hope in the process, but also discouraged women participation in the politics. Mrs. Ilo, who maintained that she will follow official and due process in her complaint to the party and the governor, expressed her willingness and continued support to the present administration.
Came to represent women first, because if you know, you should know that women are the ones that are more in number whenever it comes to any election. So they are marginalized in everything. But I tried my best to pay for the form. Thank God for the APGA that made it half for women. I paid for it, campaigned, did everything I could. I wanted to be part of it so that I can be able to help more women, encourage more women, encourage the governor, who is a technocrat, like myself, so that we can together make Anambra a better place.
Reacting to the allegation, a member of National Committee for the Election, Oke Emeronye, described the allegation as baseless and unfounded. He maintained that APGA electoral system has been so transparent and fair, saying that one withdrawing from a race cannot invalidate the process. The APGA national officer said that none of the other contestants complained and adjourned the process as most peaceful.
Any result sheet that is not carrying these two.
The Joint Action Committee of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Allied Institutions have extended their ongoing strike by 1 month. In a circular jointly signed by its national president Mohammed Ibrahim and the General Secretary Peters Adeyemi Sanu, noted that the decision to extend the strike was to give more time for all demands to be met. Sanu and Nasser, like the Academic Staff Union of Universities, have declared a strike following the failure of the government to meet some of their lingering demands. Though the federal government, through the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige, had announced that the government would declare the outstanding minimum wage arrears, the unions had insisted on strike. Some of the demands of the unions include the inconsistent issue of integrated payroll and personal information system, unpaid earned allowances, and delay in the renegotiation of FGN, NASU, SANU agreements, as well as non-payment of minimum wage arrears. The Pro-Chancellor Legacy University Okija, Dr. Leonard Nkamene, has announced the full accreditation of all courses offered in the institution by the National University Commission, NUC. The Pro-Chancellor announced this at a press briefing with members of ICANN, Onitsha districts, management, staff and students of Legacy University in attendance. Faith Onyemuche has the details.
Newsman Dr. Nkamene said the institution was approved by the National University Commission on the 2nd of November 2016 and kicked off academics on February 17, 2017, after undergoing a series of steps. He stated that following the interim accreditation by NUC in January 2022 and the results released on 14th April 2022 with a total score of 98.2%, the school now enjoys 100% accreditation of all courses offered and congratulated the management, staff and students of the institution for their collective effort in achieving this feat. The courses accredited include Banking and Finance, Computer Science, Biochemistry, Microbiology, Sociology, Political Science, Mass Communication, Chemistry, Business Administration, Public Administration, Accounting and Economics, with Banking and Finance having the highest score of 92.8%. The institution also emerged first position in 2021 Nigerian University ranking by student-teacher ratio conducted by NUC, first position in the ranking by international students, and second in Southeast Zone of Nigeria in ranking by academic efficiency. The Pro-Chancellor charged the students to raise their shoulders high and be proud to identify with the institution even outside its four walls.
During the NUC ranking, Legacy University is ranked 43rd in terms of efficiency and standard. Government university. We occupy comfortably the 43rd position in the private university level. And out of 234 universities in the whole country, both public and private, Legacy University occupies 110 position.
Reacting on developments, the Vice-Chancellor of the University, Professor Ezekiel Ihonu, congratulated the institution for the success it has recorded within a short period of 5 years, optimistic that the institution will record giant strides in the education sector.
What is place where our students become ICANN certificated before or immediately on graduation.
Speaking to ABS in an interview, the Dean of Student Affairs, Mrs. Chinyere Ibe, said the university is determined to produce full-fledged students that will be employable graduates, stressing that the school has zero tolerance for cultism and other social vices capable of ruining the students or denting the image of the school. They appeal to the state government to construct access road leading to the school as well as provision of buses to assist effective learning process.
Students live in the school. So because they live inside the school, you monitor them, you know them like one-on-one. So, and whoever that is doing something that is not good, they will report, the students themselves will report. We have students representative council. So they also help us to check the students, to make them and know what they are doing. So it helps us a lot. Anybody that comes in with such, we don't allow it.
Also present at the press briefing were the Vice President, Chairman of the Board, Sir Festus Onyema, Director of Academic Planning, Dr. Dixon Oboyano, among others. From Legacy University Okija, Faith Onyemuche, ABS News.
26 people were missing after a ferry ran out of fuel and sank in bad weather off the coast of Indonesia, officials said. The country's search and rescue agency said the vessel was carrying 43 people when it capsized on Thursday in the Makassar Strait, the sea separating the island of Sulawesi and Borneo. News of the accident only reached officials on Saturday. The local head of search and rescue, Juanidi, will, like many Indonesians, goes by only one name, told newsmen. A group of 40 rescuers were at sea searching for survivors. Dujanidi added, marine accidents are common in Indonesia, a Southeast Asian archipelago of around 17,000 islands where safety standards are often lax. In 2018, more than 150 people drowned when a ferry sank in one of the world's deepest lakes on Sumatra Island. Sports. Chelsea said that the sale of the Premier League Cup to a consortium led by Third Bowley the co-owner of baseball's Los Angeles Dodgers, is expected to be completed by tomorrow. The British government and the Premier League have approved a $5.3 billion takeover. Chelsea were put on the market in early March, days before owner Roman Abramovich was sanctioned by the British government following Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The British government describes Abramovich as part of Russian President Vladimir Putin's inner circle. Other investors include U.S. billionaire Mark Walter, who is Volley's co-owner at the Dodgers, and Swiss billionaire Hans-Jörg Wyss. The Portuguese government has also ratified the sale. Portugal's approval was required because Abramovich holds a passport for the European nation. Remember, you can follow news and program on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television or follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website www.absradiotv.com. To end the breakfast news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra Assembly Speaker Okafor is seeking legislation for protection and training of Nigerian children. Anambra State government has restated resolve to create wealth through agriculture. SANU and NASU have extended strike by 1 month. 26 people were missing after boat mishap in Indonesia. And here is the special message again. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround the maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the breakfast news on ABS Television at this time. Thanks for watching. My name is Priska Mongo. Good morning and have a happy Sunday.